So, hip strengthening and mobility, focusing on gluteus maximus, minimus, and medius. We're going to start with the legs in a horse stance, but seated. So the knees and the second and third toes all point in the same direction, and you keep them doing that as you rotate the legs, like windshield wipers, all the way one side, and then all the way to the other side. Try inhaling through the middle and exhaling to rotate. Inhale through the middle, exhale, rotate. Keep going, inhale middle, exhale nice and slow, rotate. Inhale middle, exhale, rotate. Now you'll notice that you start to move a little bit on the floor. And you're going to keep going like this until the hips start to feel a little more warmed up and you're ready to come down onto a little soft surface, onto your hands and your knees. And from here, we'll begin to wake up glute max a little more thoroughly. Inhale, pull your right knee into your chest. And as you exhale, keep that knee bent, abdominals in, right glute squeezes to lift that heel. Inhale as you pull the knee in towards your chest. Exhale as you flex the foot, neutral spine, scoop in the abs. So we don't want to create a big back bend here like this as we sweep the leg up. We want to keep a neutral lower back and neck. Let's go about 4 more times here. And then we'll hold that last one and pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Notice we're not pulsing the low back, we're just pulsing the glute, and then switch it up. So begin by pulling the left knee in and find that abdominal engagement as you lift the heel. Inhale, knee to chest. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And you do want your knee kind of scraping the mat a little bit, because then you know your hips aren't opening too much. They're staying more square down towards the floor. Now we're going to go and hold this last one and pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and set it down. Now there's 2 ways to make this harder in your next round. One way is lift the knee that's on the ground and then continue. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Do about 6 more like this. Another way to make them harder is to add a weight. Tuck it into that knee crease. And then pulse that last count. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it low. And again on the other side. Exhale, brace the core. Optional, lift the knees and begin. Neutral neck. Neutral lower back. And then optional, tucking that weight underneath that left knee crease. Once you've built up, you can do both, lifting the knee and adding the weight. Pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it low. And then take any weight off to the side. Press back, downward facing dog. Take a few slow, steady breaths here, moving your shoulders away from your ears, bending the knees as much or as little as you like. And when you're ready, take the feet really wide. Walk the hands in towards you. And turn the toes and the knees out, coming down into a very wide horse stance. First, you might just stretch out the sides of the body. And then come into your heels as you become more upright. Lift your hip points, drop your sitting bones down, and press more into your heels here. So we'll start as you push down into your heels, get low. And as you straighten, keep these leg muscles engaged. Don't lock the knees. Exhale, drawing in, zipping. Inhale, straighten without locking. Exhale, zip all the way through the midline. Inhale, straighten without locking. And then hold it low, and we'll begin to rotate again like we did in the warm-up on the floor. You're gonna turn one knee in, the other leg stays stable because you're standing now. You're gonna keep the core and that one leg very stable. Come back through center. Rotate the other leg. Notice this leg stays pretty still. And come back through center. So now, there's a little more muscle involved. You need to push more into the heel of the stable leg to find that glute. Don't think that you have to bend the knee as much as I am. You can stay up a little taller, a little higher, and still get some great strengthening effects, especially if you slow it down. And then bring the feet to parallel. Walk your hands out and come all the way down onto your knees. We'll end with that side bridge, resting the head on the arm, and as you exhale, lifting the hip just a tiny bit. As you inhale, lower. Exhale as you lift. Inhale as you lower. As you lift up, you press the hips forward just a little bit, and then lower. Now, if the shoulder feels good, you can start to come up onto that elbow. Lift up out of the shoulder and the core, and again, lift the hips, just like we did before. This top leg moves a little bit, but it's really just following along with the lift of the core and the pelvis. Now, don't forget to do the other side. You're going to turn yourself around. You're going to start on your full side. Lift this side waist, lift the hip. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And you might stay on your side, especially if the shoulder is feeling tender. And sometimes when the shoulder is feeling up to it, you're going to lift up onto the elbow. Keeping both shoulders open. Right one stacked over the left. Not letting yourself round forward. Keeping the head back too. Do just as many on this side as you did on the first side. And then make sure that you roll through these hip areas that we've been working. So the piriformis, the gluteus maximus, and those little gluteus minimus and medius muscles that are right at this side here.